Good morning and welcome to your Eastern Idaho planning briefing for Tuesday, September 8th. I'm meteorologist Kevin Smith here at the National Weather Service office in Pocatello. So we're finally wrapping up this incredible, really impressive high wind event that's taken place here over the last 12 hours or so. Very strong north to northeast winds came surging down the Snake Plain and surging across the rest of southeast Idaho for your Labor Day, and a lot of those winds have continued during the overnight hours. Frequent gusts in a lot of locations, 60 to 70 miles per hour, with even some damage out there across southeast Idaho. And on that note, if you have wind damage, if you've had trees and tree limbs come down, if you've had power poles snapped off, or even damage to your home or to an outbuilding in your area, we do want to know about that. So please consider reaching out to us, particularly on social media at our Facebook page, also on Twitter. You can also pass along pictures if you can get those pictures safely. It's great information for us to have as we continue to document just the incredible winds we've had for Labor Day into your Tuesday. So going forward, it's still breezy this morning. You're likely waking up to some fairly impressive wind gusts out there across the region. During the early morning hours, we may still see some gusts in excess of 45 miles per hour, and some of that breeziness is going to continue through the day, but in general, the event is coming to an end. We are expecting those winds to relax and slowly back off as we go over the course of your Tuesday. Next, our attention turns to frost and freeze concerns, and we're expecting a widespread freeze for most of the region on Wednesday morning, and maybe a little bit of patchy frost continuing into Thursday morning for portions of the upper Snake Plain and our mountain valleys. Maybe a few showers also Thursday, generally light activity, but otherwise, once we get beyond these cold temperatures, we're expecting a general warming and drying trend for the rest of this week, with really no impactful weather expected at this point. Current satellite view this morning. Still a little bit of moisture and cloud cover in our area, and you may be waking up to a few light rain or snow showers, even down across the southern highlands into the Bear Lake area and the eastern highlands right along the Wyoming border. This activity should quickly come to an end after sunrise, and we're not expecting anything terribly impactful out of it, with skies clearing over the course of the day. Taking a look at all the different areas across the region here for the next 5 days. Again, breezy conditions continuing today. We transition into cold frost freeze issues for your Wednesday morning across the region. Probably more in the form of frost here in portions of the Magic Valley and the South Hills. But from the rest of the Snake Plain into all of our mountain valleys and mountain areas, pretty solid freeze is looking likely Wednesday morning. Very light winds. Clearing skies. It's a really nice setup for some good, what we call radiational cooling across the region. Might see a little bit of frost lingering in the mountain valleys on Thursday morning and also in portions of the upper Snake Plain, particularly to the north of Pocatello. But other than that, a warming trend for the rest of the week with no other issues expected at this juncture. Still have some warnings and advisories in effect this morning. You can see high wind warnings indicated by this orange color continue for a large portion of the region, and a wind advisory here in light brown into portions of the Caribou Highlands and down toward Malad. We are in the process of evaluating this here as of about 4:30 a.m. We may be making some adjustments to this, probably backing off to more wind advisories here for the rest of the morning as we continue to monitor the slow downward trend in those high winds across the region. And additional snow showers this morning, really on very, very light and isolated. May see a dusting here or there up toward Lemhi County, and the rest of the activity really combined to the highlands here along the Wyoming border down into the Bear Lake area. Might see a light dusting to an inch in a few locations, particularly up in elevation toward places like Georgetown Summit or Emigration, but in general not expecting anything impactful out of any of this really light snowfall this morning. High temperatures today, a taste of fall across southeast Idaho, getting into the mid-50s to near 60 degrees for just about everyone across the region. It's going to feel gorgeous if you are a fan of breaking our relationship to those warm temperatures that we've had over the past week or so. Here's wind gusts for the rest of the day, and remember, these may be a little stronger this morning, may still see gusts to 45 miles per hour for a few hours, but looking over the late morning into the afternoon and early evening, generally backing those winds off just a little bit with, these are gusts that are shown on this graphic, generally 25 to 35 miles per hour for most locations, and you can see that direction is still out of the north-northeast, coming down from Montana down the Snake Plain corridor. Temperatures for Wednesday. So remember, this is our really strong cooling morning and our best chance of widespread frost and freeze conditions. We do have a freeze warning. It was covered up in that graphic I showed you a little bit earlier, but a freeze warning has been issued for all locations in our major agricultural corridor up the Eastern Magic Valley and Snake Plain region here. So keep that in mind. And even if you're in our mountain valleys where we don't normally issue those types of products, still expecting temperatures well below freezing for many locations. Temperatures rebounding into the upper 60s to near 70 for Wednesday afternoon. Thursday, maybe a little patchy frost lingering up here, places like Du Bois, Rexburg, and Ashton, and a few of our mountain valleys, but otherwise a little bit warmer and temperatures getting up into the upper 60s to low 70s. And finally for Friday, a warming and drying trend continues. Looks like we part with most of that frost freeze concern except for a few of the mountain locales, and temperatures warming even more into the mid to upper 70s across lower elevations of southeast Idaho for Friday. Only fly in the ointment, and it's not a big deal at this juncture. I'm going to back up one slide here. Thursday afternoon and evening may see a few light rain showers, particularly across the southern and eastern highlands, and maybe getting close to our Pocatello to Idaho Falls corridor as well. These are actually related to the same storm system that brought us the high wind event yesterday into this morning. That system kind of still lingering just off to the southeast and maybe bringing a few more of those showers. But other than that, expecting low impact weather for the rest of the week. No major events on the horizon for the next 7 days at this time. That's it for your hazard briefing this morning. Again, we hope everyone fared well with the strong winds. Please continue to pass those reports and pictures to us if you did observe damage. If you have any questions or concerns for us about the forecast, as always, please reach out to our office as well. Have a great Tuesday.